Greetings, students. This is a video tutorial on how to catalog a book in the Alma ILS. So for your Lib 240 or Lib 640 assignment, you would link to this document which talks about and shows you how to catalog a book with step-by-step instructions. We're going to go over each of these instructions in video format. So the first step we're going to do is open up this link to the Alma ILS sandbox. You're going to log on with your LBC ID number, and everybody's going to have the same password, Go Vikings 2020. So let's go ahead and click on this link and get started. So everybody should see the login page when they click on either of those two links, and you would put in your LBCC ID number and that universal password. And go ahead and hit login. And here we see the Alma ILS. We can do searches. It has a calendar over here. We're more interested in the metadata editor. So under resources, we're going to select Open Metadata Editor. And this will open up, and this is where you're going to be editing all of your different records or single record. Every time you create a new record, it would show over here, or if you have an open record. Make sure you have the Return to Old editor, which would denote that you're using the new editor. So this is a video tutorial for the new metadata editor. So the first thing we want to do is create a new record. So we're going to open New, and we're going to select Books under the Mark 21 bibliographic format. So I'm going to click that, and this should be the bibliographic Mark 21 format. It should be familiar to all the students. So go ahead and look it over. We have the 100 field, 240, 245. We have the subject fields in the 600s, 505. So I'm not a cataloger, so I'm just going over briefly what these fields are. But any cataloging questions, you would refer to your professor. If you have any problems logging on, you can email me, and that's at jsable@lbcc.edu. So back to the metadata editor. A few of the features that we have is that if we want to expand these fixed fields, the leader or the 008 field, we can open that form editor. So the form editor is going to get all the different fixed fields, whether it's in the 008 or in the leader field. So that was the leader field, and this is in the 008 field. So you'll see all the different things, and you can select, is there illustrations? Yes, so that's A. And we can also, through these three dots over here, we can also get field information. So what's the 035 field? Well, I can see right here. It's the system control number. So every field, if I don't know what it is, and most of them I don't know, we can look and see what's the 505 field. I will just click on these three dots, and I'll get that field information. And I'm going to see, is the subject added entry topical terms. So that would be, I guess, the 650 field. But I wanted the 505 field. So what is the 505 field? Well, that's going to be the formatted content notes. So that's the, that's going to be the title and the table of contents. So it's telling me all that right here. So I never really need to leave the metadata editor. The next step is, after you have filled out all these fields, and if you have any cataloging questions, you would email your professor. If you have any problems logging on or something's acting weird in the system, you can always email me. And in that document that's going to be linked for your assignment, it's going to all be right in here. So this document, it's going to tell you step by step too. So if you prefer, a handout with pictures opposed to this video tutorial, go ahead and use that. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go under Save, and I'm going to save a draft. So I never want to save the record. I'm always going to be saving a draft. So once I have saved the draft, I am going to go to Record Actions, and I'm going to assign this to another cataloger. So the person I'm going to assign this to is your professor, Professor Latajobi. So I'm going to find her name in here. And there we go. Select it, and I'm going to put my last name in and my first name. And that's all going to be right in here. So if we go through the handout all the way to the end, it's going to tell me exactly what to do. So here we go, last name, first name. Once I put that in there, I can also, so I'm going to hit that Assign To button. And I'm going to assign it to her. And it's going to, I'm not going to see it anymore. It's not up here in my list, right? And once your professor evaluates it, gives you notes, grades it, she'll assign it back to you. And she'll go over that with you more in detail during the class. So it's pretty simple. You know, you just want to make sure you always are in the metadata editor. And we can see here we are. If we want to create another new record, we're going to always start with books. And I believe for this class, you're only going to be using this to catalog books. And per the handout or the Google Doc, if you have any questions about using Alma, if you're experiencing any strange problems, any glitches, if anything's not working similar to the handout instructions, please email me. So my email, jsable@lbcc.edu. And that will conclude the tutorial on how to create a bibliographic record in Alma. Thank you.